feel pretty great. Pretty great right now. I think things are on the upswing. We might have one more push down, but it is interesting how much this is playing out, kind of looking like those Wyckoff charts that we have been looking. But we're going to be looking at today people saying that the future for crypto is the brightest that it has ever been. And I want you guys to remember all of the people during. Now, look, guys, we're not out of the woods yet. I'm certainly not patting myself on the back and saying we made it. It's a bull market. Okay. What I will tell you is this: I do believe we're heading back towards a bull market, and I do believe that we're going to see a new all-time high this year. Me and CryptoFace made a $10,000 bet yesterday, the Bitcoin and a Hamburglar costume, that Bitcoin would get over 100K this year. I very strongly believe that. I think we will see that. But I want you guys to remember the people. Remember all the people when we do return bullish that we're telling you that the bull run's totally over. It's not coming back. We topped out. The history just does not seem to to suggest that. So, guys, this is not a red shirt. It's a orange and blue plaid shirt. Thank you for that comment. Wow, some people actually seeing that we're on time today. Pretty impressive. You got to admit it. So, all right, well, let's go ahead and get started here, guys. Coming in at 1.12 million subscribers. Thank you to all the subscribers. As always, you guys make sure to check out Matty B's piano video this morning. It was really funny. I hope he can be this funny every day.
Yeah.
Because it's great information and it's very funny. So I can't remember what it was he said this morning, but it had me rolling.
The Vampire Diaries?
Oh, yeah. Like he canceled Vampire Diaries. Hate to tell her. 435.8 thousand followers on Twitter. You guys make sure to come enter our giveaway. We're giving away 5 Ethereum. When we hit 5 million total followers right now, we are at 4.61. So we are marching towards that. We're getting a few thousand every day. So maybe a couple months to get to the end of this, but we're going to make it happen. Somebody said that this is not denim, and I do agree. I'm wearing a denim shirt tomorrow. I may just change right now on stream. Somebody bring me a denim shirt. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it.
I don't know if the internet's ready for that.
Well, I better get ready for these nips. Okay. We got a big special theta drop called Nipception. You guys be ready for that. And guys, don't forget, by the way, to check out Hit Network. We're at 109,000 subscribers over there, 40.5 thousand on New Money Gang. On Hit Network, if you watch this, you could have seen some fan art that people made. They turned, what did they turn my nipple into? Like a little, I don't know what you call that.
I don't know what you call it.
I don't know what you call it. It's pretty funny, though.
Maybe like a little Jigglypuff?
Like Jigglypuff, yeah. Not Jigglypuff. I don't know if I like that. So anyways, guys, make sure to check out Hit Network. This is where you see the behind the scenes on what happens here. Very exciting stuff. You can see as we're getting ready to start doing construction on our new building here in the next week or two. So very excited about that. All right, let's get into the crypto markets. Let's check it out here. Look at this, $1.472 trillion. Let's get it. And look at the volume creeping up back towards $100 billion. Seeing it at 93. I feel like we've been in the 70s and the 80s lately, so things are starting to pick up. And I told you guys this before, which is it may still be a few weeks before we really get things going. But over the weekend, the manipulation in the market stopped. There's a lot of evidence to suggest this. And I want to give you guys a stat, by the way, here in 1 second. But a lot of evidence to suggest that right now what we're seeing is the retail investor movement. So we might have another big manipulative drop, but the retailers are still bullish on Bitcoin. Thank you, Chad, for that. He says he loves Hit Network. We love Chad. He's a great guy. Send me a message or send me a connection on LinkedIn. You guys find me on LinkedIn. Send me a connection. I'll accept it. Make sure it's actually me and not a scammer. It's hard to know because those impersonators are so strong out there. And also, as always, BitBoy arbitrage is a scam. Google allows them to advertise on our videos. If you ever see that, it's a scam. I say that every week. But I want to give you guys a stat when it comes to crypto. This shows you, because a lot of people out there, they say, well, they're just regular financial markets and there's not really manipulation. It's just people buying and selling and blah, 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 blah. It's not true. The institutional money has come in and they are manipulating the prices down. And the evidence of that is, think about this. From the last year and a half, so this is the beginning of 2020, so for 18 months, out of the 100 largest Bitcoin wallets, 40 of them, I think it was exactly 40 of them were made in the last 18 months. 40% of the biggest Bitcoin wallets. Now, what was the price of Bitcoin at the beginning of 2020? It's about $6,000. Now, it did drop down to $3,900. But what were the prices back in the early days? Well, I could go back to 2012. When I bought Bitcoin, it was $12. So when you start to do that math and you really start to think about the fact that we almost half the largest wallets in Bitcoin were created at a price point of somewhere between $6,000 and $64,000, you start to understand that's the big money pouring in. That has been the money that's been flowing in. And that's why we have been seeing a lot of that manipulation. Bitcoin dominance, 46%. I saw some people complaining about this Bitcoin dominance and some people saying that, Bitcoin dominance is going up. That's got to be super bull or super bearish. Bitcoin dominance going up. No, we need Bitcoin dominance to go up right now. We need Bitcoin dominance to go up right now so the market goes in the right direction, and then we'll see another correction on the way down for Bitcoin dominance. So we actually want this number to probably get back up around 50 to 55%, and then we can see things get going. And thank you to all our people watching on Twitch. Are we on Theta as well today?
Theta was down this morning.
Oh, Theta was down this morning. And also welcome to all our TikTok viewers. Okay, but look at the prices here. We got Bitcoin coming in $36,197. Definitely looking pretty good. Ethereum at $2,200 and $2,214. Excuse me, up 5.78%. It is doing well. Are we starting to see a little bit of that EIP 1559 start to get baked in? Not really 100% sure, but definitely could be. Let's check out the biggest gainers of the day. We got Ethereum Classic. They announced they're doing a hard fork, and so that is why we are seeing that. And then number 2, Elrond eGold. You know, we've been telling you eGold is one of our favorite projects for a while, followed by ICP. You guys know a lot of people are calling this a scam at this point. I'll reserve judgments on it. I think what they did was very similar to what a lot of other projects have done in the past, selling founder tokens. I don't think that makes a project a scam. That's maybe bad business practices. Morally, I would say that's probably not the best thing. But to actually call it a scam or rug pull isn't really true at this point, but we'll have to keep watching it. I know one thing. I'm not putting any more money into it. I know that. I pulled all my investment out of that a while back when it was around $200. Will not be putting any more in ICP, at least for now. Damon says, can you help me get a Theta stream key?
Yeah, we can help you with that.
Sure. I don't know how, but we can. You want him to send an email to... No, we don't do that.
Yeah, I just need a way to get in touch with you, Damon. I need your email address.
Super chat away. We can get in touch with you.
Yeah.
Win Lambo and single wide trailer. Guys, if I'm going trailer, I'm going triple wide.
Yeah.
I don't know if y'all know that about me. I like to be a little extra. You guys know what I'm saying?
What? Real quick, speaking of rug pulls, though, Eron was telling me a funny story this morning while we were getting ready. He was saying he actually saw a rug pull happen live this morning. Something listed on Uniswap. It was only up there for about 20 minutes, and they watched people buying it up, and then the liquidity just dropped, and it was gone.
So frustrating. But I tell you, we've had some real degens in this office.
Oh, my goodness.
Let me tell you, our boy Jack in there.
Yeah.
Every time I walk by Jack's computer, he's got a different random meme coin pulled up that he's looking at.
Well, it was him and Jack watching it together.
Oh, God, it's such a bad influence on each other.
Yeah,
they're in the same office now.
They are.
They work in my dressing room. Oh, yeah, we're friends on LinkedIn. That's right. We will get that to you on LinkedIn, Damon. That sounds good. Remind me to do that.
Send us a LinkedIn message with your email, Damon, and then I'll send you something and copy you.
All right, Cosmo's coming in 17.7% up. VeChain with a big pump today, getting back up over 9 cents. You guys know my dad actually got a bunch of XRP over the weekend, and he is feeling pretty good. We've been talking about how the greatest story that could ever be told on this channel is if my dad becomes a millionaire through XRP. Like, I would love that. So I tell you, that's what I got him put in. I still think XRP is going to be one of the most explosive coins of this bull run. And this is not a comment on what do I think about a centralized bank coin or anything like that. This just, I think it's going to do very well, from a money perspective over this year. We can have those deeper philosophical conversations in the bear market. That's what I like to do. And somebody says they hope B-Pro is not a rug pull. B-Pro, I do not believe is a rug pull. I don't think there's anything wrong with B-Pro. We actually like it quite well. How many people watching?
We got about 7,000 right now, about 1,200 likes.
Okay, let's go ahead, guys. If you can do us a favor, this helps the video. Smash the like button for us. It helps get this out to more people. So if you're watching on live chat, make sure to hit the X and then like the video, and then hit the live chat icon again. I lost my train of thought in the middle of the sentence. And then if you're watching on TV, go to the bottom left-hand corner. It says more actions. Click on that, and then click react. That's going to help more people see this video. Yeah, a lot of people are talking about CryptoFace. He was on. What about his outfit yesterday on the show?
Yeah, he
looked highly fashionable.
Yeah, he was going all out. We were talking about that beforehand. He's like, yeah, I told him I liked the jacket. And he said
it looked good.
Yeah, he was channeling Michael Jackson a little bit.
He was. Like I said, I was thinking a sea captain.
Yeah.
But he looked he could have been at Fashion Week, I think. So
he likes the fashion.
Love CryptoFace. He put in a $3 million long on Bitcoin Ethereum, I think, early this morning. So
he's probably pretty happy.
Probably pretty happy after he made such bearish statements yesterday on the show, and then he went long. Good job, CryptoFace. But he's doing well. He should be up on that trade right now. So if that tells you anything, it's a lot of people are getting bullish right now. Some people are saying the Twitch stream is better quality. So
yeah, Twitch is made for streaming.
It is made for streaming.
Yeah, they have better qualities. There's a lot of things that are better about Twitch for live, but
Versace. Was that Versace he was wearing? It did look like Versace.
It was. He said, well, I don't know. Yeah.
He said it's the only clean shirt he had. He's in the chat.
Is.
There he is. What's up, Face?
Yeah.
We love CryptoFace.
He was putting it down. Love that dude. It's always fun having him on that show.
Always fun.
Yeah.
All right. So let's get into Bitcoin here. And also in the next, we got another, this is going to create some drama maybe. One of our guys in the Bit Squad made a new indicator we're going to check out and just kind of look at what it's saying about what's happening. And then obviously for Bitcoin, we're going to look at Market Cypher here and see what's going on with that. If you ever want to trade or you ever want to get Market Cypher, sign up for Bybit or Phemex, Token Metrics if you need a VPN, any of this stuff. You guys can get this here. Should we refresh this page? I think there we go. Now we have our 8 best deals at the top. We've got Ledger. Also, we're going to be doing some work with Ledger, Crypto.com. We got a Crypto.com story today that we're going to be talking about. And then we also added Binance.us. I know a lot of you guys are using Binance.us to do your trading. You guys can sign up for all that there. Market Cypher is a killer indicator we've been using. It works very well for me when things are bullish because I don't like to short the market. So that's when I'm tending to use it the most. But if you look, we had in the 12-hour chart, something CryptoFace mentioned yesterday. Now, this down here, let me pull this up a little more here so you can see it. This down here is an oscillator. So what we're looking for here is on the 12-hour chart. So this goes all the way back to, you can see how thick that money flow was in the green. We're looking at the green and red spots down here, okay? The green is the money flow to the upside. The red is money flow to the downside. We want this to go bullish. We want this red that has actually been since the middle of April, from the middle of April all the way to now, it has been in the red. It has been thick and deep in the red until now. When you look at it right now, it is so close to flipping into the green right here. We have this very thick momentum wave here that looks like it is moving up as well. Also, CryptoFace's Three Amigos TA was really great yesterday. I hope you guys like that.
I like that.
Yeah, it looked just like something I would draw too. It was real funny. I remember what CryptoFace did. He did a thumbnail that was like, it was when Bakkt launched, and he called it the Big Dump, and it was on TradingView. It was a stick figure sitting on a toilet, and then when it did actually get crushed, because the market got crushed that day, it actually went through the toilet. It was very creative. He called it the Poopy Times or something. I can't remember, but it was very funny. So what we're seeing right now is we are seeing with Bitcoin, it looks like we're about to get some upward momentum here. And I think that's definitely a good thing. That's on the 12-hour chart. Let me reset this, remove drawings. Okay. Now let's take a look at kind of some shorter term. Well, we'll look at the weekly here. Let's see what the weekly is doing. Weekly, let's close down the oscillator some. Weekly looking like it. I mean, guys, this is a pretty bullish candle, really, if you think about it. The one from last week. Emmanuel's looking at me through the window. This is kind of a bullish candle here. It's like a hammer. It means it tried to go down very far, and then it actually was not able to do that. We do have a green candle for this week so far, so things could be looking like they're going back in a positive direction on the weekly. Let's check out what's the monthly doing here. We haven't looked at the monthly in a while.
And Sal on Twitch was asking if we're watching the Twitch chat. Yeah, we do have.
Yeah, I see it.
It's up on the screen.
Yeah, a lot of people chatting in there over there. So cool.
Yeah. Well, Twitch is a great community. We're looking forward to doing a lot of stuff over there.
Yeah, we're going to do a lot more fun stuff. We're going to do video game stuff, all kinds of stuff over there. So, yeah, now looking at the monthly, I mean, this could be kind of bullish. Looks like we're getting another kind of one of those candles. I don't know. I think we could actually end up with a green month here pretty easily. If it just goes over 37 in the next 20 or 48 hours, we'll actually end up with a green month. That would be crazy. So that would definitely be a good thing. Let's look at the shorter term here action. See what we got going on here on the hourly chart. On the hourly chart, it looks like, according to Market Cipher, that we could be getting a small correction here. You guys see down here on the oscillator, we have a red dot on the momentum wave. This means we could see a short-term drop. I mean, we've kind of already seen it. It's gone from 36.3 down to 35.9, so not that bad of a drop. It could go down a little bit further than that. But on the hourly chart, we're now like pretty much above the EMA ribbon. So that is very bullish, very good stuff, definitely to see. Let's see here. And let's check out the ETH chart real quick just while we're here. ETH chart also looking quite bullish. This is on the 12-hour. We've had this really strong breakout here, as you guys can see on the 12-hour for Ethereum. Man, I don't know. I'm starting to wonder if a lot of that stuff that we were seeing with the ETH narrative of Bitcoin way outperforming ETH over the next period of time, that could be kind of confusion as well while people are trying to accumulate Ethereum because it's looking really good right now. Things change on a dime. You guys got to know that. So, move on to the next thing. So we have a new indicator I wanted to show you guys. This is put together by somebody in our community. I don't have a way for you guys to buy this right now. I don't even know if it's for sale. I don't even know.
It's going to be something that we include in the Academy.
Do you want to tell people about the Academy here for just a minute? Come on,
sure. Yeah. We've been working really hard on a crypto and blockchain academy. Basically everything from start to finish. Whether you know a lot about crypto, there's going to be an advanced section, but it's going to start beginner, intermediate, advanced. Anything from, like, you could be completely cold, don't know anything about Bitcoin, never done a transaction before. We'll break it down, teach you what is Bitcoin, a lot of the history of, like, what is money, monetary policy, why it matters, supply and demand. Go through Bitcoin 101, Ethereum 101. We're going to start doing, like, MetaMask, wallets. Download your first wallet, get your first coin, do your first swap, send your first transaction. Just really, we're going to have a lot of written materials, a lot of video demos, and as well as a lot of like one-on-one instruction. We're going to include our paid Discord group is going to be part of the Academy. As like there'll be
a large Discord group.
Yeah, we do have a large Discord group with a lot of professional traders in there that are very experienced and they're very willing to help coach you along. So we'll have an option where people can get the one-on-one coaching and all that sort of stuff and basically be a full service, everything you want to know about blockchain academy. So if you want to do this professionally as an industry, you'll have all the tools you need. So that should be launching in the next month or so.
Yeah, if you want to do this professionally. I've also been considering myself doing this professionally.
Yeah.
I think it might be time. If somebody says, will it have coding classes too? I mean, eventually our goal is to have everything.
Yes, it
right?
will have coding and programming stuff, but probably not this year. So probably by the 2022, we'll have a lot of programming type stuff in there.
Yeah, what we find is putting stuff that's very comprehensive, like it takes a long time.
Yeah.
So hopefully...
We've been working on this for about 3-4 months now. We've been putting a lot of time into it. Getting it all...
Really, since January, we've been really, about 6 months, I think.
Yeah, I guess, time flies. Yeah, it is since January. So,
yeah,
it's designed to be very organized with tracks that you can go through and follow a clear progression. So by the time you're done, you feel very knowledgeable and capable.
Yeah, absolutely. So, and yeah, we know, look, Jeb has a TA school or something like that. We know Ivan's got an academy. Guys, it just makes sense for basically anyone who's large in this space and moving forward to have something like this. And you know what? You can join multiple ones and get a well-rounded education or just whoever you like listening to the best, So we're going to have like a lot of comprehensive stuff. It's going to be fun, and it's going to, we're real excited about it. We think it's going to, look, we're getting close to the end of the bull run, like in the next 6 months for sure, I think. And so we're going to go through a bear market, I believe. And when we do that, that's such a great time for you to really learn everything, start to finish. Because I've always said the best way to make money in crypto is to be involved in crypto.
Yep. Every day.
Every day. Because not only are you kind of getting inside info of your, making connections and networking on different things. I don't mean insider trading. I just mean like, you find out what projects people like or projects people invested in or venture capital funds, what they're doing. But I mean, even if you're just on the, on the coding side of it, like getting involved in this every day is definitely going to be a good way for you to learn more and to be able to be a better investor 100%. So let's see. Game Beatman says, I look slimmer on Twitch. So if you want to see me slimmer, head on over to the Twitchy. So how many people watch him?
On Twitch?
No, on both.
There's about 100 on Twitch and about 10,000 on YouTube.
Okay, go hit that 10,000. That's great.
25.
That's the number I like to hear. 2,500 likes. Let's get to 5,000 likes today. So everybody, if you could take a time out, hit that like button. That we would appreciate that. So let's let me get this new indicator pulled up. Let me pull Market Cipher down.
And if you are a die-hard Bit Squad fan and you don't want to miss anything, if you could go over to Twitch and follow us over there, we are getting people saying they get the go live notification on Twitch, which
about that?
They don't on YouTube. So
how about that? Okay, so that's the trading strategy. This is this, I think.
Yeah, it does look good.
Nope,
on
that's
Twitch.
the wrong one. Okay. Let me see if I can get this going right here. Okay, so basically this is a new indicator. This was created by, I think it was Ray, a guy on our Discord server. This is the kind of information you get on our Discord server, by the way. You get access to stuff like this ahead of time. And basically what this is, let's look at the, and we're going to use this for the rest of our FEMEX trading competition. We're going to try it out, see what happens. It's basically going to tell you these E's are entry points. It's going to tell you where to get out. It's going to show you your stop losses. We're going to get a better explanation on exactly how to use this, but this right here, whenever you see one of these SLs, this is where you get stopped out. It's more, so Market Cipher is an indicator that honestly, Market Cipher is so similar to actual real TA because you're having to actually interpret the signs that you're seeing to determine what you're going to do, okay? This one is designed a little bit more to just tell you what to do. So that's what you see with these E's. A green is an entry point. You can see right here on, let's see, this would have been back on the 13th. I mean, look at this one. If you had got in here, oh God, delete that. If you had got in right here on this entry, you can see how much it pumped all the way up here. So it did really well. And then you look at, some of the short entries. Here's a short entry right here. Here's a short entry, and you can see that these are pretty much playing out. It's got a little trend analysis up here in the top right-hand corner. You're not showing this, are you?
Sorry.
Yeah. How long has that not been on the screen?
Not very long.
Okay. So this one is going to definitely be able to, tell you exactly what to do and how to do it and things like that. So what did that say about me in a bikini?
That's what I was trying to get back to.
Go back up to it.
The one thing about the Twitch chat is it's harder to stop.
It was there. I
yeah,
thought.
it's here. It's here.
So there's a trend of doing stuff in bikinis?
He's talking about Hot Tub Girl. That's the
Tub Girl.
The trend on.
Now, let me tell you what I would much rather do. I would much rather bring on a hot tub girl than have me in a bikini on a hot tub.
Well, you were talking about sharing the nibs.
Well, yeah, but that's not if I had a covering up top.
So
I want to give the world the gift that it needs.
This guy says, imagine Ben embracing Twitch trends and start the show on a pool with a bikini. Hey, never know.
Hey, you never know what's going to be happening around here. I know I will not be wearing a bikini.
Once we
I
get
do
in
know that. That's my line of dignity, so I will not be doing
bikini.
That. Yes.
What about Speedo?
Guys, Speedo, I don't know. Like, I have a lot of judgment against people that wear Speedos.
Yeah.
That's a European thing. We're American over here, okay?
Yeah.
I mean, we love our European viewers as well, but, we
wear swimming trunks.
We wear swimming trunks, for sure. All right, so let's move on here. Let's look at buying the dip here. Buying Bitcoin during these periods has proven to be profitable, and I think it's Somebody said Speedo and Bitcoin pasties. No,
gosh.
no, thank you. No, thank you. The upcoming Bitcoin difficulty adjustment has raised the question of whether this will present a buying opportunity. And I thought it was really interesting. Yesterday, Tom Crown, we love Tom Crown, he said that the last time that it adjusted up, we actually had the price drop. So having it work the opposite way doesn't necessarily mean that the price is going to go down. You know, this is a difficulty adjustment down, making it easier to mine. So get some emotes going for the channel.
Yeah, I'll work on that.
Bitcoin's price was at 34K based on price data from CoinMarketCap.com. Bitcoin's mining difficulty is adjusted automatically after 2016 blocks have been mined. An adjustment of difficulty upwards or downwards depends on the number of participants in the mining network and their combined hash power. This is in question recently because of the drop in hash power due to Chinese miners shutting down operations. However, as Chinese miners relocate and resume operations, hash power is expected to pick up. And I will tell you guys this. I will tell you guys, and I'm not even saying my opinion anymore. All of this Chinese mining stuff, there's more to it than you guys know. This is not what it looks like. We're looking at smoke and mirrors. All I'm trying to figure out right now is to figure out what the end game in that is, because I don't actually think that China is shutting down miners. I think there's something more strategic going on right now, and that's what they want us to think, but we'll have to figure out what that is, and I'm digging into it. I've gotten a lot of information about the fact that this is all a joke, is the long and the short of it. But we are seeing an actual reaction to that, which is the drop in hash power. So in the temporary, yes, things have been getting shut down. So this is a look at the hash rate, or this is the number of transfers to exchanges, excuse me. You can see this drop bottomed out. The conventional perspective is that miner holdings and miner capitulation have a bigger impact on Bitcoin's price following a mining difficulty adjustment. However, these are not the only factors influencing Bitcoin's price in the current cycle. Whale wallet inflows, exchange balance, and institutional holdings have influenced the price through the crashes and recoveries of this cycle. Buying Bitcoin during the previous dips of 2021, flash crash in May of 2021, and the price drop 2 weeks ago has proven to be profitable in the short term as well, since the price recovered. Prices remained range-bound following each crash. However, the recovery is complete within 2 to 3 weeks based on the trend from the price chart, in part due to the volatility and due to the institutional and large wallet activity. So does this mean it's a buying opportunity? It is not the most lucrative buying opportunity for retail traders and large wallet investors looking forward to turning a profit within 60 to 90 days. However, it is lucrative for hodlers, and I'm going to actually disagree with this, okay? I'm going to disagree with this because I actually think that I still think things are going to play out the exact way that we said that they were going to play out. If you look at the last bull market, and I tell you, we had such interesting conversation. I think yesterday was one of our best episodes ever of Around the Blockchain. If you guys missed it, make sure to go back and watch it. My favorite thing that happened is TJ disappeared for 2 minutes. So that was phenomenal. But in reality, we had such interesting conversations about this because CryptoFace was saying, he was on the show yesterday, and he said that, well, if you look at, what was happening, at the top of this market, it just seemed like there was no more money to come in. It was going to collapse. Wendy came on, and Wendy said, well, maybe he's right, because when you look at the amount of days of this accumulation at the top, basically we range for 100 days in between like 55 and 64K, somewhere around there, okay? Some drops out of it, but in general, that was the number. If you look at the 2017 cycle, in December, we only were at the top for 42 days, much less than the current bull run. Well, I think that's because we haven't seen the top of this bull run. I think the top of this bull run is going to be 3 months of absolutely parabolic action. It's going to run from July to the end of September. July, it's going to start kicking off. August is going to be incredibly explosive. September will follow it off with the top out, and then we will see things go down into a bear market for Bitcoin. But people won't really realize it because the altcoins will still be pumping. And so in my opinion, I think 60 to 90 days. Here's the difference. And this is the smoke and mirrors of these kinds of articles. If you really look at this, and what it says is, buying Bitcoin during the previous dips of 2021, so all the dips this year, and the flash crash in May of 2021, and the price 2 weeks ago when it bottomed out at 2,900 or 29,000, these have been semi-profitable in the short term, but not explosively profitable. Well, why is that? The reason for that is because the last 60 to 90 days of the bull run are the very, very, very most explosive. So in this case, in my opinion, we will see 60 to 90 days that we'll see gigantic returns on investments for Bitcoin investors and hodlers alike. So I definitely do think that is what we're going to see. Yeah, we love Wendy. And look, the cool thing about Around the Blockchain is we disagree about stuff on that show quite often. I think that's good content.
Yeah.
It really gives you the different perspective that all of us have.
Yeah, that's why we love doing it, is to get the different perspectives from the different people. And like CryptoFace and like what Ben was saying, Wendy made a lot of really good points about that top. But we've looked at it here in the past on the charts, and you almost always see that really clear peak. So that, to us, what to her she was saying could indicate a top, that same information we interpret a different way and say it indicates it's not the top. So
right.
It gives both perspectives, which is really fun. Yeah,
and we ultimately always end up being right. So I love when the other people come on. I love to hear their opinions. I definitely love, y'all go do it. Y'all do it. And then we're going to be right. So.
Well, that's one thing that crypto doesn't lack, is people with conviction. And I think that's what makes it great, is we all have reasons why we believe what we believe. And, only time will play out and we will have to see what happens. But we all have strong reasoning behind the statements that we make.
Yeah, absolutely. The Twitch chat is fun. I like
Twitch
the
is
Twitch
fun.
chat. Twitch is pretty fun. I like it.
Yeah.
Hey, also, you guys make sure to, we should make that part of our, why did we not make it part of our contest yet?
Too many new things.
We should do it later this week.
Yep.
Guys, I want to point out on our contest how you enter is go to our pinned tweet on Twitter and then click this link. It'll take you to Gleam. Different ways to enter. We'll add that tomorrow, but don't forget to join our Bit Squad Elite. This is our new text community. This helps you get access to us even when we, one day we eventually get deplatformed or something like that. So, because I think it'll happen one day. Somebody says that they think we will still go below 30K. Well, I'll tell you this. The thing about the Bears is they always get proven wrong at some point. The Bulls always win in Bitcoin. You know that because it's always gone up forever. I know I saw that one. I thought that was so funny. The guy said he wanted to hit TJ up, but he doesn't swing that way, but he likes wearing the same outfits. So
yeah,
he
said he doesn't think his wife would mind if I joined. Did you see that?
Well, we're thinking about getting a pineapple shirt on the channel.
No.
You think I should? I want to. I want a pineapple shirt. So
why?
I don't do that.
So why do you want to?
I don't do that, but I want a pineapple shirt. It'll be fun. I don't know if my wife will like it, but
yeah,
she likes Hawaiian shirts. So, all right, here, Mad Money's Jim Cramer moves from Bitcoin to Ethereum. Says it's more of a currency. Well. I mean, this definitely looks like a guy you can trust. I mean, does this guy not wrap up traditional old money better than any human you've ever seen?
Yep.
He's gotten the beaten down eyes, he's got the cul-de-sac. Drive around on that thing if you want.
He also loves to tell you to sell at the bottom. Like, he bought all his Bitcoin supposedly right at the top and then sold it all at 30K last week, and now he's going all in on ETH. It's just, he's kind of a reverse indicator.
Somebody says I need a denim pineapple shirt.
There you go.
Yeah, okay. That's just a joke, guys. But I may really get a shirt. Is Nick in here? Nope. Nick Demondi is not in here. Nick Demondi is not in here. I want to do a video on this. I want to do a full video on the Jim Cramer manipulation thing. So let's put it, John. Let's do that. Well, you know how he just basically announced, or he basically says that he pump and dumps stocks.
Right.
There's a video where he says that. Leslie, back to tell you she likes your shirt still. I like that. Hanging out with Crow? CryptoFace is hanging out with Crow? Cool. Crow's in Puerto Rico. I think.
He was saying, are you?
Oh. I walked right into that one. I walked right into that one. Sorry, I didn't know what I was walking into. I wouldn't have said that.
Yeah.
The Mad Money host said last week that he would buy Bitcoin again. I guess because he said that, if you guys didn't know, because he's in Puerto Rico and we're talking about like beach shirts. So.
Right.
Okay. The Mad Money host said last week that he would buy Bitcoin again if its price falls to the 10K level. However, the crypto did not fall much further than 30K level. Cramer appeared to have sold before bouncing back. At the time, he sold before it bounced back. Great job. At the time of this writing, the price of Bitcoin stands at 34. We know right now it's coming in at 36.1 at the current moment. Then he says, now he likes Ethereum. Weird, isn't it? Because Bitcoin held at the $30,000 level. Says, I like Ethereum because people actually use it much more to be able to buy things. I'm going to continue to buy Ethereum. I just think it's got a little more gain because when you go buy an NFT, anything like that, everybody wants Ethereum. It's more of a currency.
That statement's all over the place.
I don't, like, I'm literally looking at it right now, like trying to figure out where I want to go with this because this is definitely a crazy statement. But I mean, there's definitely some truth to the statement for sure. Because I was just processing that. I wonder what the actual number of, Nick's in the chat. What's up, Nick? Nick, head writer at BitBoy Crypto. Basically, the long and the short of it is I was reading this and I was thinking about NFTs. I wonder if the actual number, it's impossible to know this, but the actual number of transactions that are money currency transactions, I wonder if they're higher for Ethereum than for Bitcoin. You got to think it's got to be, right? What are people buying with Bitcoin?
I mean, wait, what was your question?
Okay, so it's probably impossible to actually figure this out.
Oh,
okay?
yeah, it's going to be very difficult.
Because a transaction is a transaction. Like an exchange fee is a transaction.
Right.
But the actual number of currency transactions where people are actually buying something, whether it's buying an NFT or whether it's buying, I don't know.
A good or a
milk
service.
What's that?
Like a good or a service.
Yeah, I wonder what it is. Because it's got to be, Ethereum's got to crush it on that.
No, I wouldn't think so. I think Bitcoin would.
Ethereum, what was the news yesterday that broke about Ethereum that for the first time ever, there were more active Ethereum wallets than Bitcoin wallets? That's pretty big.
Yeah, I mean, but I think a lot of that is for trading and for swapping and all that.
Who's
kind of
spending Bitcoin? Who is spending Bitcoin in what way? Ain't buying Teslas.
Yeah, I mean, I think people. I mean, I understand what you're saying. It's less, but it's accepted so many more places. Like people have a lot more opportunities. Like people are spending Ethereum, on NFTs. That would be a good. But for the most part, most of the Ethereum transactions, like you said, are swaps. They're decentralized exchanges. They're smart contracts getting fulfilled, but they're not really purchases.
There's some funny chats over here. Somebody said Crypto Face is Tommy Hilfiger. It's not me. It's Tommy. And then somebody else said up there, they said, can you scroll up just a little bit on the other chat? What did they say? BitBoy versus bath salts.
Yeah. Oh, gosh.
That hits different around here.
Yeah, it does.
Okay. Last week, Kramer revealed he sold almost all his Bitcoin because he was worried about China cracking down on crypto and Bitcoin mining, as well as Bitcoin's role. Bitcoin had no role in a ransomware attack. That's like blaming a dollar for a drug transaction. Oh, you stupid dollar. What are you doing? No, it has nothing to do with the transaction. It's just the medium. No, you don't hear this argument about cash, only with Bitcoin. Mad Money Host was previously bullish about Bitcoin, advising people to put out 5% or to put 5% of their portfolios in the crypto because he said gold let him down. I really wonder if we're going to see Ethereum really pop over the next couple weeks. I think it is possible. I know that sounds a little counter to what we've been saying about Bitcoin outperforming Ethereum in the short term because I think it does kind of need to do that. However, we also have the EIP 1559 launching later this month, or later. I keep saying this month. It's not technically July yet. Basically, once the futures close, it's the next month for me.
Yeah.
So that's why I've been saying that. But
we live in the future.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know. What do you think about this Jim Cramer story?
It's typical mainstream media. They do it for the headline and for the clicks. I don't really put a lot of weight in almost anything that he says, unless it's just to do the counter.
Exactly. He's a meme. Basically.
But if we're thinking Bitcoin dominance is going to go up, it probably will outperform Ethereum. So, again, I would not probably listen to what Jim Cramer says about anything that has to do with crypto.
Well, I would say I think you got to look at the time frame. I think that we could certainly have a few days or even a week where Ethereum outperforms Bitcoin in the short term due to the EIP 1559 stuff. But I think overall for the trend of the next 45 days, I think we will see Bitcoin outperform it. So some of these chats. The future of digital assets has never looked brighter. Where are my sunglasses? In 2017, I founded Crypto Finance. This is from Jan Bergerich. He is the CEO of Gründer and Wirtschaftsmilied. Is that how you say that? Was that a close pronunciation?
Nailed it.
Okay. He said he founded Crypto Finance with the idea that institutional and professional clients can enter the digital asset market easily and effortless. Since that day, each and every one of our colleagues has worked relentlessly to build services and technology. Their service opens doors to participate in the new asset class. It's clear that we built something incredible at Crypto Finance. This is not what I wanted. This is not actually
The one you, I thought it was a strange story.
Yeah, it's very strange. This is not the right one I was looking for.
That's the one you sent me, though.
Yeah, I think it is the one I sent you. Yeah, that is not the right article, guys. that is a promotion article there. So, anyways, guys, this is what we want to look at here when it comes to crypto and hodling. Remember this, guys, is that the more adoption, look at all the things that are happening. Look at all the things that are happening. All the stuff happening in El Salvador. The stuff happening with Paraguay. We're getting bullish news and bullish reports out of India, which, by the way, I feel like my meme got really ran over last night or on Around the Blockchain. I really wanted to show it. I wanted to show basically, this is Crypto Know Your Meme. This is a 2017 crypto meme here. I'm in it for the technology. This was one of my favorite ones. But this was based off of a story that said the Indians were getting, very bullish on Bitcoin. They're more bullish on Bitcoin than gold right now, which is, obviously from the T-shirt here that the guy's wearing, you can know that people love gold, as you can see. And the thing is, that's Know Your Meme. You got to know the history and culture of crypto. This was a very popular meme back in the day. I did want to say that while we're talking about the Indian and gold thing.
Well, on that note, did you see the new NFT that, what was his name? Andre, I forgot his last name, the comedian dude did? That's kind of a spoof on that meme?
No.
He launched an NFT that says, I'm in it only for the money. and then is selling it. It's pretty funny.
That's nice. That's real nice. So we look across the board. Look at what's happening with NFTs. Look at what is happening with DeFi. What does that say? My wife likes more of the TJ type, but Ben is welcome too. Just
it's Corey again.
Throw that out there.
He's saying it can be a whole party.
Wow. Whoa. Okay. I'm stepping away from that one.
Yeah.
Put that shirt on hold. Okay. But we got so many things going on. Decentralized finance is not, we're going to talk about that in a few minutes. Decentralized finance is not even really popped again yet and is getting ready to blast off. The future for crypto right now. And this is why I know I keep going back to the Around the Blockchain show. It's such an interesting conversation. Crypto said he believed that there's a chance. There's a chance. Eric Andre is the guy that did that.
That's who.
He said there's a chance that 64,000 was the all-time high for Bitcoin. It'll never get above that again. Forever. How can you say that? How can you say? I can't. You would never hear me say that.
Yeah, I think the point he was trying to make, and somebody did say this in the chat. I think he was trying to say like it has to stop eventually. It can't go up forever.
And that's true.
Like who knows where that top is? I think he was just trying to say like 64 could have been it for all we know. Now I don't think it is, and I don't think he really thinks it is easier. He was just trying to illustrate that point. I believe. I don't want to speak for him, but that's what I think.
Well, I think that what it boils down to is this, is that when you start looking at it going up forever, okay, even with the halving events, even with the production and things like that, the thing is that there's not really a, I lost my train of thought. I saw a comment and it threw me off. What was I talking about?
CryptoFace?
Going on forever. When you look at the halving events and you look at the production, you look at the supply, and you start factoring in all the money in the world, it's really hard to figure out. It's really easy to see that at some point it's got to run out. Like there won't be enough money in the world increasing every 4 years to be able to keep the same kinds of cycles. There's always going to be diminishing returns on crypto over a long period of time. Okay. However, look at the market cap. Okay, if you go here to CoinMarketCap and you look at the market cap right now of Bitcoin is under $1 trillion. It's basically $680 billion right now. Okay, and you look at the gold market. You say gold market is 12, or I think it's actually $10 trillion. Okay, so it's more. The gold market is more than 10 times the market cap of gold right now, or of Bitcoin. Excuse me, gold market cap's over 10 times the market cap of Bitcoin, and it's so hard to fathom that Bitcoin will not beat gold in the future. We're moving to a totally digital world. We're continuing to see more and more merging of the physical and the digital. How could you possibly believe in a world where physical gold will be more popular for emerging generations than something they can send on their phone? Think about it. So just to be able to look at that number and say $10 trillion alone, there's no way that it will not beat the market cap of gold. No way. The only way is if somehow Bitcoin becomes, it gets hacked, which isn't even really possible, okay? If somehow Bitcoin goes down, which very, 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 I would say almost, virtually no chance of. Outside of that, you have to think about this. Why do you think Michael Saylor is so bullish on Bitcoin? He's so bullish on it because he understands the big picture. He sees all of the best people in the world, all of the people in the world that make the most advancements and make the smartest investments, they're visionaries. They see what's coming, okay? I want to take something for instance here, which may sound kind of silly, but one of the reasons why this channel grew so much, now, what percentage of it is, I don't know, but one of the reasons why my channel grew so much over the last year and a half is because my TikTok account blew up. Like, we got almost 3 million people over there on TikTok, okay? People, when I started doing TikToks, they laughed at me. And TJ will tell you, we were in a group, and so many people were like, I'll never do that, that crap, whatever. People were attacking me on Twitter for using TikTok. You know what happened? I started growing and getting bigger and getting bigger and getting bigger. You know why? Because the first time I ever picked up a phone and downloaded TikTok, I watched it for an hour straight and couldn't stop. And I said, this is going to be huge. The attention just sucked me in so hard, so fast. And so I knew this was going to be big, even when a lot of people were using it. And so I started doing it, and sure enough, it blew up, and I blew up there, and it had a really positive effect on my channel. We still get a ton of viewers on TikTok. And not only that, but we're bringing in a new generation, okay? Look how much better Bitcoin is than gold. It was designed. Gold was not designed. I mean, say a larger design, maybe, intelligent design, maybe. But it wasn't designed by mankind in any stretch of the imagination. And Bitcoin was designed by mankind to be something specifically to be an asset, to be the greatest asset that we've ever seen. Came out of the financial crisis. To think that Bitcoin is going to top out less than $1 million, in my opinion, is pretty insane. Now, where does it stop? There's a lot of people talking about, like, well, if we have a giant world financial crisis, maybe, all the bubbles pop, the real estate bubble pops, the gold bubble pops, the bond bubble pop, bonds or bubbles everywhere, stock market bubble, everything pops, then maybe Bitcoin would be hit extremely hard by that. But it's shown it's more resilient than everything else too. So in my opinion, I think crypto is brighter than ever. I'm so excited that things are getting back bullish because this is when people really get in and start going down the rabbit hole. The people that make it and make the most money in this market are going to be the ones that stick through the bear market, but I do not think that we are there. So, All right. Yeah.
No, I was just going to say real quick, Rick in the Twitch chat saying real estate is king. We like real estate too.
Yeah, we like real estate, but we also think that it is going to pop at some point, though, right?
Yeah, I mean, in theory, we are, like you said, we're in an everything bubble. Everything can't go up forever. So, as long as they keep printing money, it can. But eventually, that's got to stop. So, whenever that happens,
I appreciate that nice comment on Twitch over there from I'm sorry 11. That was a nice little. He said he thinks the channel blew up because I'm honest and genuine.
There you go.
We definitely think being a regular guy helps us for sure.
Yeah.
Relatable. Wherever you're at in crypto, we've been there.
But speaking of visionaries, Jay-Z and Tom Brady.
That's right. Tom Brady, well, we'll start with the Tom Brady story here. We'll do that at the end. Tom Brady and Giselle taking equity stake in crypto firm FTX. Now, FTX is one that is blowing up everywhere. It's getting a lot of different, sponsorship deals and things like that. Look at Giselle. You guys know Giselle makes more money than Tom Brady?
Is that still currently true?
I think her net worth is more than. Let's look it up real quick.
I think a lot of those stats came from, like, she makes more than his NFL contract. But if you include all his endorsement and sponsorship deals, is it still that way?
It says her value is estimated at $400 million. Together, they're $650 million.
Okay, so he's
Yeah.
250. Yeah.
What's that?
So he's only 250.
Yeah. That's pretty insane. I never knew. How do supermodels make so much money?
I don't know.
There's a lot of pretty girls out there. You know, I don't know what makes the supermodels like.
Well, it's very same as anything, very centralized. It's the top, 5 or 10 make 95% of the money in that industry.
I would have never believed it. If you would have told me, and I hadn't seen it with my own notes because I think I've looked that up before, I would never believe that she would make more money than him. And like your reaction, it sounds crazy.
Right.
But she does, she definitely is. So anyways, celebrity couple, Tom Brady and Giselle, which Tom Brady, by the way, did say his career is nearing the end. So hopefully this will be the last year we have to deal with him. I mean, Tom, we want you to come on the show. We want you involved in crypto. I want you to stop playing football.
Yeah. Get out of football, go all in.
And if you're going to keep playing football, please get out of my freaking division. Yeah. I know.
Did you really have to go to the Bucks?
Did you
Really?
have to?
Really?
At least he didn't go to the Saints. I mean,
Yeah.
whatever.
Ugh.
Celebrity couple Tom Brady and Giselle have taken an equity stake in crypto firm FTX as part of a long-term partnership, marking the duo's newest foray into the world of digital assets. Both Brady, a celebrated, well, we know who they are, will serve as, it feels like ridiculous to even read that. Wait, this is the crypto crowd. Maybe I should. Maybe I should. Both Brady, a celebrated American football player, and Bunchen, a world-renowned supermodel, will serve as ambassadors for FTX, according to an announcement Tuesday. Tom and Giselle are both legends, and they both reached the pinnacle of what they do. Sam Bankman-Fried, founder and chief executive officer of FTX, said in a phone interview, "When we think about what FTX represents, we want to be the best product out there." They really want it to reach extremely high to the sky, kind of like Sam's hair. This isn't the first time that they've been involved in crypto, not the first time they've thought about it or even used it, which I think makes it a much more natural and authentic partnership. They're examples of audiences we'd really like FTX to be the product for. Football players and supermodels, or also guys who like sports and guys who like girls. It's pretty interesting. It's an incredibly exciting time in the crypto world, and Sam and the revolutionary FTX team continue to open my eyes to the endless possibilities. FTX was founded with the goal of donating to charity and has earmarked more than $10 million so far to do so. FTX, Brady, and Bunchen have all committed to annual multi-million-dollar contributions for the duration of the partnership, and Bunchen will play a role in choosing the charity. So pretty interesting. Oh, yeah, I forgot that bet we made. Wendy strong-armed us to give that money to charity. Remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah, so the crypto vase bet is going to charity. So
Yeah. The charity of her choice.
I hope she picks a good one. It's really sad. Yeah. I want to choose the charity. Now we're going to Wendy's charity. But we're getting the money for sure. I mean, the bet is Bitcoin going to 100K by the end of the year, by the way. And I think it's going to happen.
Almost might have to put laser eyes on you pretty soon.
Well, Tom Brady's laser eyes didn't work, they said.
No, nobody's did. It was actually when they first did that, I remember we had a conversation about, hey, maybe this is a top indicator, because last time everybody started doing all this stuff with emojis and, changing their profile pictures or whatever, it never, I think it was around 10K, and then we never broke it. And yeah, right about the time everybody did those laser eyes emojis, we crapped the bed.
Absolutely. Speaking of other famous people in crypto, we have legendary hip-hop artist Jay-Z enters the NFT sphere. Rapper lauds blockchain and smart contracts. So if you didn't know, he changed his emoji or avatar, I guess you would call it here, on Twitter. Let's see, Jay-Z. Jay-Z? Is he, what is his Twitter username?
I don't know. Google it.
Jay-Z got a pump. Well, I don't see, Google it. You would think it would be at Jay-Z. What is his name?
Exactly.
It's Sean Carter?
No, that's P. Diddy. Sean Combs.
No, that's P. Diddy Combs.
Yeah.
I think it is Sean Carter, isn't it?
It's at CSC. It is Mr. Carter.
Okay. Mr. Carter.
So he made it looks like a crypto punk.
Yeah, it's a crypto punk. Mr. Carter? What?
No, at SC. The at is just 2 letters. SC.
SC?
Yeah.
SC.
That's it. That's for the
There
at.
it is down here. Wow, how did he get that?
He bought it.
Sean Carter. It is SC. That is right. It is Sean Carter. Yeah, so I was right. I at least got that. Okay, so he changed it to he follows 0 people. Thanks for your support. So 3 million followers. He has verified, obviously. He's got a CryptoPunk here. This is what you're really supposed to be looking at. That's a CryptoPunk. Now we have our Bitverse punks. If you guys have seen those did very well. We were very excited about that series. Also, speaking of our NFTs, we have a new launch coming on Wax that's going to be a puzzle. So be on the lookout for that pretty soon. Phenomenal art from our comic book artist. But he became CryptoPunk. And basically what this message is, what this signals, is not only is Jay-Z getting into crypto, but Jay-Z is wanting to be involved in the community. And this is what we see with a lot of these celebrities. The difference between those that just come for cash grabs and those, and I don't know what he's doing at this point. I'm not saying he's a great guy. I don't know anything about him other than, I know, I've been big pimping for a long time based on, the greatest yacht party of all time that was on that video. And the thing is, a lot of these celebrities that make it, they get involved in the community and the culture. That's why Mark Cuban has blown up so much. That's why Michael Saylor has blown up so much. I wouldn't say he's a celebrity. Now he is, I think. Definitely a crypto celebrity. One of the largest collectors at a Beanie Baby conference, as some people say. But, he did this through getting involved in the culture, not just making statements. That's why you see a lot of these bigger name people, out there. They just make statements about crypto, but they don't really know what's going on in crypto. And that culture is very, very important to understanding the way that projects succeed or fail. Because if you don't understand the culture, you just look at a project and you read a white paper and say, oh, that's amazing, it's going to do great. There's a lot more to it than that. It's got to be accepted kind of into the crypto community.
Well, and I think music NFTs will eventually be one of the best implementations and use cases for NFTs. So him jumping in, getting his hands dirty, playing with these things, learning about it is a good sign. And I imagine he's got a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes. I know he's got that Tidal music streaming platform and some of those. So I think when you see big people like this, business people that have a lot of ties in certain industries getting involved, it's usually a good sign for the long term.
Yeah, I definitely think so. Last story here, we want to talk about Crypto.com just partnered with Formula One. So if you guys know, we are an ambassador of Crypto.com. We love Crypto.com. If you want to actually get access to the Crypto.com Metal Visa card, which I just paid for my Disneyland vacation with this morning.
Hey.
Yeah, we're going to Disneyland August 4th through August 8th. So taking the family out there. So if you're at Disneyland at that time, you'll probably see me. With the family on vacation, so I won't be doing a meetup or anything like that, but, always excited to meet people when I see people in public, so we'll be out in California. We use a Crypto.com card. If you want to get access to that, get $25 for free, you can use the code BitBoy. They just had this big announcement here, Formula One to become its global partner. In a press release shared with Crypto Potato, Crypto Exchange announces the latest expansion deal following the collaboration with Formula One. It will now become the global partner and inaugural partner of the Spring Series. I was watching some Formula One the other day. It's pretty exciting. Now, you were telling me, and I did not know this, that your TJ.
That's me.
TJ told me that Formula One is actually the number one, I don't know how you say it, richest sport in the world.
Yeah, it's the highest end, the highest form of racing, more or less. So it's very expensive. And yeah, a lot of international money definitely involved in the sport of Formula One.
So it's pretty cool they're getting involved in this. I mean, this started out actually as a project called Monaco, which I think there's a race at Monaco.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sure there's some kind of connection there. I don't know what exactly it is. So if you didn't know, Crypto.com used to be called Monaco. That was the original name of the project. They rebranded when they bought the domain for $12 million, I think is what they paid for Crypto.com. So much better name, I think. So
yeah,
cool.
for sure.
All right, let's move on here. Bank, sink, or swim. JP Morgan Consumer. Now, this is on BitBoyCrypto.com. If you didn't know, we do have news on BitBoyCrypto.com that we have from time to time. JP Morgan Consumer Bank FUDs Bitcoin as Morgan Stanley Institution buys 289 GBTC. So JP Morgan Chase offers its services to consumer and community banking and commercial banking and is stating that Bitcoin is going to go lower. Meanwhile, Morgan Stanley, which focuses more on financial holdings and offers its services to multinational corporations, governments, and high net worth individuals, has announced that it's purchased almost 30,000 shares of the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust. I will say, Wendy had brought up the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust news, where they're allowing people to sell their shares. Is that what it is on the 17th of July?
Yeah, they're all on contracts more or less, so you can't just buy them or sell them whenever you want. They have periods where they open up for more buys or more sells or whatever. So
it's very controlled.
Yeah, that's what she was referring to.
Yeah. So I've actually done some digging, and I talked to some people about this event. And, I don't think this is going to have a large effect on the market. Some people are using this as a date to say things are going to go down. I don't think that. I think things are going to be very strong by the middle of the month. Maybe a day or two retracement, possibly, but I think we're going to be up higher than we are now. I think we'll probably be around 42K by the middle of this month. I mean, what do you think that's reasonable?
42K by the middle of this month? Yeah, I think that's reasonable.
Yeah, I think so. Because I think we've got to get to like an equilibrium, Like we got to get, and 42K is that number.
Yeah.
42K is a number where people will start coming back in and feeling very bullish. So I think, look, we may not be there. I'm not making like a ETH to 2,500 by, July 4th prediction or Valentine's Day prediction. But I do think there's a good chance we could be back above 42K by the middle of the month. So crypto markets show that signs show it's not healthy, but it also does appear to be the beginning of the process of healing. I think that's a great way to look at it. To understand the significance of all this, JP Morgan Chase and Company is the parent holding company of Chase Commercial Bank and JP Morgan. We know where it was founded. While it may not appear that JP Morgan has taken a page out of the CEO Jamie Dimon's funding book, Bitcoin or there are no known current public investment relationships between JP Morgan and Morgan Stanley. However, JP Morgan still owns some shares in Morgan Stanley. Let's see what it's saying here.
I think mostly what he's saying is, again, the same point we talk about, just watch at their actions, not their words. They're coming out saying they think the price of Bitcoin is going to go much lower. It could hit 12K, 28K. They just throw out arbitrary, randomly low numbers, while at the same time they're buying as much Bitcoin as they possibly can. So it's just double talk.
With all of these people, all of these companies, watch what they do, don't watch what they say. Because if you haven't figured this out yet, there is a controlled media narrative, CoinDesk, Cointelegraph, they're both involved in it for 100%. There is a controlled media narrative that is going out to people in crypto. They want you to think certain things at certain times. They want the retail investor to lose. They want the smart money to crush the dumb money. The big money to crush the small money. That's how they add incrementally to their billions and in some cases trillions of dollars. Don't fall for it. That's why we come on here on this channel and we show you guys exactly what's going on with the crypto markets. We shoot holes in these stories. And guys, here's the thing. We do not want to get off on rabbit trails to where we're talking about frogs. Frogs, tell you. I don't want to start unbuttoning my shirt live on TV.
Yes, you do.
Actually, I wouldn't unbutton. I would just rip it. We may do that at some point. Okay. But the fact is, we should always have, and I said this yesterday, a healthy skepticism of things that we read on the internet, okay? When we look at these stories coming out through Bloomberg, Business Insider, through Yahoo Finance, which I think those are paid articles most of the time. They're not disclosed. When you're looking at that stuff, you should have a healthy skepticism to be looking. You should not be reading these articles for information, to be honest with you. You should be reading these articles to figure out what the narrative they're trying to sell you is. That's what you got to be thinking. When we have these stories come out, or last week or 2 weeks ago, Goldman Sachs says, we don't think that Bitcoin is going to be an investment class in the future. We don't even know if you should invest in it. And then a month before that, they put out a report how Bitcoin is a great new investment class. That should tell you everything you need to know. It's just like, you know what it reminds me a lot of? I remember that there were groups on Facebook, okay? And what they were doing is that they were, or for not groups, I mean, they were media publications on Facebook. And what they learned how to do is take the exact same article and they would send it to conservative people with one title and liberal people with a different title. And it was the exact same article. And actually, it would crush it. They would get views from both sides. Whereas if they only sent it out with one title, only half the people would read it. And so what does that tell you? You can't have two opposite narratives at the same time. But yet, That's what they try to put out there because they try to get the most clicks. CoinDesk and Cointelegraph, they're in it for clicks, and they're in it to manipulate the prices. That's what most of these people are out there doing with these stories. So you have to be able to look at these articles and figure out what the narrative is. Michael Payne says, when Ben proves everyone wrong and Bitcoin breaks 100,000, he should wear a Hulk outfit and rip off his clothes. And how about I just paint myself green and wear some purple shorts?
There you go. I know you love
Might do that.
chest paint.
Yeah, I don't love chest paint. Well, I'm banking on when it crosses 100K that I'll have a six-pack and gigantic biceps.
Naturally.
Natural. 100% natural, of course.
Well, no, I just mean, of course you would have that.
Yeah, of course, naturally. That's what I said.
Right.
That's what I said. Let's see. Somebody says, is BitBoy going to heaven? I hope so.
By the way, Corey in Twitch did come back and say, just for clarification, he was just talking about a good time at Dave & Buster's. So, no birthday
Well, I don't
suits
care
involved.
what their names are. I'm not going with you. Okay? Dave and Buster's, I don't know. I'm going to stay away from that one. I don't know.
All right.
Yep, let's move on.
Let's talk some blue chip DeFi.
Blue chip DeFi from Aave to your. Do you like how I turned it back into that? Yeah. These are DeFi's blue chip tokens. As the DeFi space grows, so do the rug pulls and scams. Crypt has identified the DeFi projects that have the best reputation and investor trust for now. And I will say this, Decrypt is my #1 favorite online publication for crypto. I really think this is one of those sites that is not involved in all that. They really try to dig down and get to good stories. So, in the traditional equities market, blue chip stocks are household names that have proven strong financials and steady returns over the long term, even through downturns. The label is far from technical and functions more as the financial community's subjective stamp of approval. These companies are here to stay, and you can't go wrong investing in them. Think Amazon, Apple, Nike, and Berkshire Hathaway. DeFi is still so new that it might feel crazy to crown any DeFi projects blue chippers. But investors have locked up more than $65 billion in DeFi protocols, which is up about $10 billion, I think, from a couple weeks ago. The peak, I think, is $84 billion, so we're getting back up there, so pretty interesting. It says 65 billion DeFi protocols, according to DappRadar, which is a good site for information. Still, not every DeFi project is created equal. Hacks, exploits, and rug pulls have dotted the rise of the sector, separating the cash grabs from the blue chips. Investors should proceed with caution, as with any new volatile asset. But here we go. Here is the list.
The least.
The list. Here is the list. The Finnish ghost. I mean, I'm not really sure why they care if it completes it or not, but it did finish.
But
Aave. We love Aave. It used to be ETHLend was the name of it. Founder is Stani Kulichov. He's actually going to be on London Real. If you guys missed our London Reels interview, go check that out.
Yeah, I actually saw it this morning. They reposted it, I think.
They've been posting a lot of clips from it. So the interview was very well received. Had a lot of very positive comments. And if you want to hear a little bit of my personal story and some things I've been through, go check that out, especially if you're going through a hard time or you're struggling with anything. The end of that interview, we get into a lot of personal stuff. You guys know, very early in my life, teenage, early 20s, battle with addiction and stuff like that. Been sober now for almost 15 years. And if you want to hear more about that story, you guys can go check out that London Real interview. We talk about that at the end. And my hope is that can help some people out there. There is hope out there, for sure. But it says, formerly ETHLend, Aave began by allowing users to earn interest on their idle tokens by lending to borrowers. Unlike big bank alternatives, this activity is also entirely transparent on the Ethereum blockchain. Aave's built its vision over the years. And you can look at the total value locked. It peaked out, obviously, in May. It crashed. But look, it bounced right back. But now it has been back on the downswing. We love Aave. Aave is our #1 DeFi holding by a long shot. Next, we have Uniswap, the decentralized unicorn. I mean, it only makes sense that you have, it only makes sense that you have the largest DEX, decentralized exchange, one of the top decentralized finance projects, obviously. It's really kind of the crux, the joint, the junction, okay? It's the junction of DeFi and trading. Boom, right there. You got to use it in a lot of ways, to be able to get involved in DeFi, because that's where you buy a lot of the projects. So Uniswap has been crushing it, and you can look at the Uniswap numbers. I mean, look at that DEX volume. It is so crazy how much bigger it is than everywhere else. Let's see, 1 inch should be pretty good too. I would think 1 inch isn't even really registering on here. So pretty interesting. DDEX, it looks like, is a pretty big one. Okay, so yeah, so we know the Uni token, which was given for free, airdropped, which was really crazy. Sushi Swap, I don't know anything about Sushi Swap really. Do you?
Not much.
I haven't. I mean, I know what it is, but
Right.
And people like Compound. I mean, Compound crushed it over the last couple of days.
Yeah, that's what I was. So we were looking at this list, Eron and I, before the stream started, and he hadn't heard of a lot of them, which kind of surprised me. Like, he was reading the list, he's like, "Oh, these are some interesting picks," and I'm like, "Well, those are all the same list I would give for the top blue chip."
You just doxed Elrond bad because these are all the most popular projects.
Well, that's what I said. Yeah, and he just didn't realize, like, Compound and Curve, I would say, are two that probably don't get as much mainstream notoriety, like from news articles and stuff like that, but they're very heavily used. So I know a lot of the wallets out there that offer swapping, they're using Curve and Compound on the back end to facilitate a lot of this
They're
stuff.
platforms.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and then you got Yearn. So the other, just to round up the list, we've got Yearn. We have Synthetics. So, I mean, this is a very interesting one to watch. This was my top pick of the year for DeFi, and it just hasn't really popped. It may still do it. And I don't know, maybe Binance is going to get in trouble for those tokenized stocks. You know, they're getting investigated right now by some stuff, some regulators. Then you got Curve and Compound and Maker. So I think Maker's kind of on the way out. I don't think Maker I would put on the list of the top DeFi platforms. You agree? I mean, it was the first. But,
yeah, that's what I was going to say. I think it's more maybe like a Bitcoin or Ethereum where it's got first mover advantage. It's got a lot of community and a lot of stuff built into it. But since it was first, it doesn't have a lot of the latest and greatest tech, and adapting and updating is very slow and difficult because there's so much already built in there. So I think it's like it'll always be around. It is a strong blue chip DeFi project, but probably doesn't have as much explosive upside as some of the newer, hotter ones.
Somebody said, I thought Ben was bearish on Synthetics, and that was one of the altcoins we got rid of. Look, guys, I hope it comes back. I hope Synthetics, you see it's number 7 on this list. I think if you had taken this poll about 6 months ago, a lot of people would have said it's number 2, number 3. Mm-hmm. The problem with Synthetics, in my opinion, is that you have a lot of companies coming out right now using the same kind of idea, okay, which is tokenizing stocks and other assets to make them tradable for people that don't live in those regions. You can't trade stocks in China. You cannot trade American stocks in China. But if there was a tokenized version, you're not actually investing in the stock, so it could be legal. That's the whole idea behind Synthetics, behind the protocol, okay? Crushed it for the last year, and then over the last 6 months, it has not been doing nearly as great as we expected it to do. You've got Binance and FTX both making tokenized versions of the most popular stocks. If you were to think of, like, what would the stocks be that people around the world would be the most interested in buying? It would probably be Apple. It would probably be, Coinbase. It would probably be
Netflix.
What's that?
Netflix is a big one. A lot of people
Netflix, Tesla. Yeah. I cringe when I see people driving Teslas. I'm sorry. We love the people that drive Teslas here. Teslas. I hear a lot of people saying Tesla now. We love people. We want you to watch the channel. But if I personally drove a Tesla, which I never would do, I would drive it off a cliff. No one in it. Just drive it off a cliff and just be done with it. I couldn't possibly support that company at this point. The thing is, though, those are the most popular ones. Well, those are the stocks that these other companies are tokenizing right now. So, like, there's not a lot of interest probably around the world to invest in the local mom and pop's pizza company that just went public. Like, people in China aren't going to want to invest in that. They're going to invest in the top ones. So I don't know. We'll see how it all shakes out. I'm certainly very hopeful for Synthetics. I hope it's going to be able to find better footing. Somebody says they don't think they brand themselves well enough. I agree with that 1,000%. So much of crypto is hype. We tell you that it's speculation, it's hype. You got to be able to match that. Aave does a great job of putting itself out there. Compound does not as well of a job as Maker. Or I'm sorry, it does a better job than Maker, not as good of a job as Aave, but it still puts itself out there. Sushi Swap puts itself out there. Synthetics just doesn't do that. And I think we're seeing some effects from that. But I do believe over the next bull cycle, maybe we will see it come back and possibly have another strong showing. All right, so we got this. Let's see. TP ICAP to launch crypto trading platform with Fidelity, Standard Chartered. This is from London. TP ICAP, the world's biggest interdealer broker. Interdealer broker. So it's like a broker for brokers. Is launching a crypto trading platform with Fidelity Investment and Standard Chartered Digital Assets Custody Unit. The consortium said on Tuesday, institutional investors have warmed to the crypto sector this year, and the platform, which is due to launch in the second half of the year, will initially allow them to trade Bitcoin with the second largest token, Ether, to be added later. Along with TP ICAP, along with Fidelity and Zodia Custody, are seeking to make crypto trading akin to that of traditional assets like stocks, bonds, and foreign exchange. At present, crypto execution and custody services are usually rolled up in one venue, increasing credit limits. Let's see. The dedicated crypto funds have seen record inflows this year, but major banks offering access must balance growing interest with the compliance headaches. And we're just seeing more institutional channels popping up. It seems like every single day. And I've been talking about for a while. It's the catch-22, right? We need the money to make the prices go up. But all of this is bad for crypto. I think the long term, it's bad for decentralization. It's bad for blockchain. I don't want, a lot of these, investment tools out there for bigger traders to be able to use, because it just continues to press down the smaller guys. The beautiful thing about crypto, when you compare it to the stock market, is in crypto, the little guy wins. We've seen it consistently over a long period of time. The little guy does it. The little guy wins. These channels don't want that. They want your tradition. Like, let me ask you this. Are you interested in using this? How many of people watching this chat are going to be using the TPI Cap crypto trading platform that's partnered with Fidelity? How many of you guys?
Probably zero.
Probably zero. Well, I don't know. Fidelity may be watching. Yeah. Okay. So it's one of these things where we need it, but we don't want it. Can't live with it, can't live without it. And so, what is your opinion, TJ, when it comes to these institutional channels? Like, do you like seeing stories like this?
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of mixed. It's tough because we were looking at, like, how we talk about the ETFs a lot, and somebody else was saying in the chat earlier when we were talking about gold versus Bitcoin, they're like, yeah, they use those gold ETFs to manipulate the price the way they want it to go, and I know there's a lot of that manipulation that goes on with silver. So it's kind of like what we were talking about around the blockchain a couple of weeks ago, where it's inevitable, like when you've got an asset like Bitcoin, it's the greatest asset we've ever seen, you're going to see it attract literally the whole world, which is good, but also will come with a lot of volatility, a lot of manipulation, and a lot of people trying to get as much as they can for themselves with no regard for the little guy, no regard for anybody else, just like what we've seen with all assets in the past. So it's good. It's part of the process. It's growth, but it could be painful in the short term.
Yeah, and I think you hit the nail on the head there. And it's just, there will be a time, like, here's the thing. All these institutions are accumulating Bitcoin. They're accumulating Ethereum. They're moving to Cardano next. I'm telling you guys.
Yep.
Cardano is next. You should be stacking up Cardano, getting ready for that. Okay? They want you to sell these. Don't sell your Bitcoin. Don't sell your Ethereum. Don't sell your Cardano. They want you to sell them so they can add more. Yes, they want prices to go up too. Obviously, if they press prices down forever, they won't make money. But they have longer time frames than you do. It just boils down to this, okay? How many of you guys would like to upgrade your house? Would like to get a bigger house with a pool, a great view, or whether it's nice property, or maybe you're trying to upgrade your car? How many of you guys want to do that? And how many of you believe that you'll be able to do that through crypto in the next 5 years? Probably almost all of you, I would think. If you haven't already been able to do that yet, that's something that you want to do. The institutions, they don't look at it like that. They already have the big house with the big property, with the pool, with the fourth wife. They've already got all that, okay? So they have a longer time frame. They're already rich and comfortable. So they can wait longer periods of time and press things down. But they still ultimately want the prices to go up, or they won't make money outside of those people that are leveraging and shorting the markets when they're going down. So you have to outsmart them by getting your piece of the pie, by having your say, and by owning crypto. And you should be accumulating these institutional targets while you can, because eventually, one day, they're going to have almost all of it. The price of Bitcoin is going to be so insane, you're going to be looking back at like, oh my God, I could have bought a whole Bitcoin for 36K. That's insane. That's what I believe is going to happen. And right now, these institutions are trying to take advantage of that. So last thing I want to show you guys here, this is from Documenting Bitcoin. This is a pretty good account on Twitter. They actually have more followers than I do. They have 505,000. Look at that. This is an image that they showed here. Some banks are starting to offer crypto services. You have your yeses, your nos, and considering. So crypto products to wealth clients, Morgan Stanley says no. And then you look at all the ones that say yes, and then the others are out right now. Crypto futures trading, you guys see that list. Crypto spot trading. So Morgan Stanley and Citigroup, not involved in that. Everyone else is already a yes. Then crypto custody accounts. And notice about those last two. There is no no's. Zero no's to be found here. It's only we're doing it or we're thinking about it. We do know that they're going to want to move into this space. You can't get outsmarted by them. You can't let them take advantage of you by selling. You got to hold on to those coins that these institutions are coming after, and you got to be able to be smart enough to see when that narrative changes and when those different, who knows what's next. Maybe it's Binance Coin. I would say probably not. I would say Polkadot might be on that list. There might be, maybe Litecoin is on that list. I'm not 100% sure what the next is, but we do know Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano. These are the three biggest institutional money coins right now. You want to be smart. You want to hold those. Don't sell them. And we appreciate all you guys. That's all we got for today. We love you guys. Thank you so much for watching today. Really appreciate everybody on Twitch. Appreciate everybody watching on TikTok. That's all I got. Be blessed. Good boy out.